Howdy folks, good Tuesday morning to you. Okay, today we're going to talk about making your own oatmeal for campouts or for your bug out bag, whatever. And I'm talking about not buying the instant oats that you buy at the store in the pre-made packages from Quaker or whomever. I'm talking about making your own from the ingredients that you can buy at the store. Okay. One of the most important part of these ingredients will be the freezer bag. You'll need a quart-size freezer bag. Freezer bags are heavy duty and can withstand the very hot water that you'll be placing in them with the oatmeal mix. Alright, of course it wouldn't be oatmeal without the oatmeal, so I use the instant. You also need milk. I used a quick 1 minute oatmeal, 100% whole grain oats. Quick 1 minute. Alright, now the directions say for half a cup. I like 3/4 cup. It's more filling and lasts longer. Okay, 3/4 cup of oats, 3/4, and a measuring cup. Okay, I like to use powdered milk. I add the powdered milk to the mixture. That way when I mix the water in it, I have some extra protein and calcium and carbohydrates. I also like to use brown sugar. And I like to use raisins or some other kind of fruit. Raisins are my preferred. This is a small box of a single serving raisins. Alright, it's very simple. All you have to do is measure the oats in your measuring cup. And you put in your powdered milk. I usually use a couple of tablespoons. And then mix in your brown sugar. I usually use a heaping tablespoon of that, 3-4 teaspoons worth. Put your raisins in there. Okay, there you go. Raisins, brown sugar, oatmeal, and powdered milk. Alright, then you just take your freezer bag, your 1/4 size freezer bag, and pour the mixture in there. Zip it up partially. Roll it up tight to get as much air out as you can. Complete the zip. Okay, there you go. All ready for the field or your bug out bag, camping, whatever. Now then, some of the advantages of using oatmeal, most of us probably know this already, but a 3/4 cup of oatmeal by itself will give you 225 calories. That's just the oatmeal. I keep picking up the milk box instead of the oatmeal box. That's just the oatmeal alone. 225 calories. Now then, in that 225 calories, you'll have 8 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fiber. Okay, now when you add the brown sugar to that, you'll have, depending on how much, a heaping tablespoon or a level tablespoon, 45 to 60 more calories, of which 12 to 16 grams, that makes 12 to 16 grams of carbs added to that. Okay, when you add the powdered milk, a couple of tablespoons, that's about half of what you need for an 8-ounce glass. That's another 40 calories with 60 grams of sodium, very low sodium, another 6 grams of carbs, another 4 grams of protein. Now the raisins add another 90 calories. That's a 1 ounce box. 210 grams of potassium, very important. That's an electrolyte that your body will need. 22 grams of carb and another 1 gram of fiber. You can see this is a very, very high energy mixture. Now the beauty of it is using oatmeal. That oatmeal is a complex carbohydrate, which means it takes longer to break down in your system. It sits in your stomach and takes a while. When you add the sugar, you have a quick, simple carbohydrate that kicks in pretty quick, almost immediately, especially if you're moving. So what you have is you have a quick and a short term carbo boost, and then you have a longer term sustaining carb boost, and you have some protein. You can't go wrong. This is good. All you do when you get ready, you don't need a cup, you don't need a bowl. You just add your hot water. The directions say for half a cup of oatmeal you need a cup of water. This is 3/4 cup, so you need a cup and a half of water. You don't have to be precise. You can put more in it or less. I usually boil up a couple of cups of water for coffee and then put some in here and put some in my coffee. But in any case, there you go. You roll down the bag, get a spoon. You put the water in there, you zip the bag closed, wait a few minutes, and then you just roll down the top of the bag to eat out of the bag itself. Then you discard the bag when you find a trash can. It's that simple, folks. You don't need to buy instant oatmeal in the packages. This is probably half the price or more or less of the pre-packaged oatmeal, especially if you get the kind that has brown sugar and raisins, or brown sugar and apples, or something like that. Okay, folks, there you go. Very nutritious. Preppers and survivalists will need this. Oatmeal you need to store on hand and have ready. And you survivalists, you probably should keep a few bags of it in your go bag. Alright, there you go. Take care. I'll show you how to make it with the hot water here next. Good morning, folks. Howdy. We're having a breakfast on the patio. And coffee. We had breakfast though, we had to have a fire, right? That's good. Alright. As you can see, I'm working on a fire. What I have is a newspaper under there that I use to clean the grill off of my burger cooker. And I just repurposed it to light this fire. Look at all that good smoke. Bugs go away. Anyway, so the next thing to do is put a grill on top of there, so we'll have some place to put our little billy can, otherwise known as a cotton pipe, which we're going to use to boil water in.
favorite camp brewing system. That's my aluminum coffee pot. Part of breakfast. Coffee. Utensils. And 50 coffee pots. So we can. Okay. I'm going to need at least 24 ounces of water. 750 milliliters. This is 1 liter chocolate pudding. 3/4 of it in there. 3/4. And thereabouts. That's pretty close, don't you think? There's the line. Now if that's burned down some, I'm going to put more wood on the fire. While that's settling in there, I'm going to have a boiled egg. Pre-boiled. Sorry about that. Give it a little crack. Alright now. This shows you how to put your oatmeal in a bag to carry with you on a campsite. So what I'm going to do after the water gets hot, do exactly what I suggested you should do previously. Meanwhile, I'm going to turn the camera off while this water boils up. Alright. Boiled egg.
see y'all in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back, folks. I bet we have hot water by now. What do you think? I had to put more wood on the fire. But not much. Let's see what we have. Yeah. Pretty steamy. You see that steam coming up out of there, folks? Let me move it a little bit in more camera here. How about that? Can you see that now? Yeah. Alright. So we now have enough hot water for oatmeal and coffee. And I'm going to put the fire out. Very simple to put the fire out. Just put the lid on it. And a little smother. Take away the oxygen and the fire goes out. Alright. First thing we want to do we want to pour about half the water that we boiled up into the bag. This could be a delicate, tricky situation, so it's a slow process. Let's see what we're going to have. Zip it up. Let it sit there. Sorry about the minor delay. I had to go get my cup. That I'm using today. Okay. And I showed you how to do this before. Basically, this is just a 1 cup coffee brew with two permanent filters in it. that is a pre-mix 2 scoops of ground coffee. So now, let's see if we can do this here. Yeah. Noise you hear, it just ain't started, is somebody jerking the screen. Not mine, I turned mine off. That's okay. This is the patio hooch breakfast. There you go. Put that in the coffee pot. Discard. Breakfast. And there's coffee right there in front of you. Alright. We'll give it a couple more minutes before I unzip it and roll it down and eat it. Just in case you're wondering what conditions are like this morning here in Houston, there's a thermometer and the humidity reading. As you can see, it is about 78 degrees Fahrenheit and about 26 degrees Celsius. And the humidity, that glare there is pretty near 90%. pretty well made. That looks like about the right consistency, doesn't it? Hope you can tell that. Raisins, brown sugar, cinnamon, and oatmeal. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off and eat this, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you please subscribe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.